I believe that all people have a destiny. The fact that I have become a recorder, a photojournalist, a historian of the state of South Carolina, it is a great privilege. And I feel that a part of my responsibility, having that privilege, is to be able to share the thousands of images I have captured, really during my entire lifetime. Because I like to scribble and sketch and draw in cars and houses and trees and people, all my life I aspired to be an artist. At Claflin University, I obtained my degree in art. There was not a photography school. I am a self-taught photographer. Most of the photographic techniques that I picked up because, again, I observed reading the great magazines of my day, Life, Time, Look, and others like that. And I tried to imitate and take pictures from that, using the right angle, using the right light, using the right composition. But one of the greatest moments and most memorable moments in my lifetime as a photographer was to be on the campus of Clemson University in 1963 when Harvey Gantt became the first of our race to really set foot and become a student.
Harvey, when did you first decide you wanted to go to Clemson College?
I was thinking about it for quite some time. I believe I made a concrete decision during my first quarter at Iowa State.
Clemson, as their reputation goes, carried forth that integration with dignity. And I was very proud to be a journalist. My pictures appeared in Jet magazine. I covered events all over the state. I was so much involved in news photography and photojournalism that I thought of myself as both a photojournalist and also a historian. During those days, I shot with film. And most of the time when there was a news deadline, I had to take the photographs with my film camera, take the film out of the camera, put it in an air mail envelope, which was the fastest way of sending things at that time, and send to Jet in order to meet the deadline. 30 years ago, I started thinking about, with all my experiences, now what can I do with them? How can I share these moments that I've photographed? I started putting together what became my first book, a book that I call Freedom and Justice. Following that, I published another book called Out of the Box in Dixie. Then following that, I did a book which was strictly about the Orangeburg Massacre, that tragic event on February the 8th, 1968, when 9 highway patrolmen unleashed a volley of fire towards 150 students, killing 3 and injuring 28. I surely was lucky not to have been really one of the victims at that time. This was originally a black and white photograph, but I painted it, and of course, you see the results of that painting. Here are the shells. By the way, we have the actual shells at our museum that actually came out of the weapons used by the highway patrolmen in shooting the students. It's in my dreams, it's there. It's something that's unforgettable to come that close to death. It was such a tragedy that happened right before my eyes. The students who were killed were my friends. I knew them, I had photographed them. And so it's a thing that is with you every day to have lost, and really such senseless and unnecessary, the fact that people of color wanting merely to bowl in a bowling alley would lose their lives, that the guardians of the status quo, protecting freedom and the right to do things from other people just because of the color of their skin. That got me to thinking, well, okay, I published these photographs and I have a record of them, but how can I maybe go a step further? So I started thinking about starting a museum. The idea that we needed this was bigger than me. That's why I believe I already had many of the artifacts, the photographs, the documents. So I told my wife this is what I was going to do, and I started putting together what has become the Cecil Wiliams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum. This particular room is called the Thurgood Marshall Gallery. In this gallery is an example of my latest project, composed of 100 images that I think depicts South Carolina's history. It is so important to remember where you've come from. If you don't know your history, it leaves you kind of aimlessly of how to handle things in the present. So I believe that the museum I've created here in Orangeburg will serve all the people of South Carolina.